EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Bayou State. The Who Dat chant ringing behind us as we are ready for football at Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. On the visitors' sideline, there you see the head coach of the Cardinals. On the other sideline, it is the head coach of the Saints. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a 5th-round selection out of the 2024 draft. From South Carolina, by way of Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you. You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Blue, ready, go. Ready.
Throwing is Rattler. Open man, that's the veteran Cooks. Was brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing now is Rattler. His pass taken in by Shaheed. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
Good for a Saints first down.
On the give, this is Kamara, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, New Orleans.
First and 10.
They'll go again here with Kamara. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there.
1 yard gain.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Yellow, ready.
Pistol give to Kamara. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Corner Garrett Williams there on the stop.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down.
Ready, set, hut. Yellow, 40,
Now Rattler gonna throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's gonna get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Blue 30, ready.
In motion goes Cooks. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Johnson there on the tackle. A loss of a yard. Brings up second down.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
39-yard line.
To throw, it's Rattler. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Third and 1.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's going to be brought down at the 27, but that's enough. First down as they do it on the ground.
That's good for a Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's good for a Saints first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Kamara. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground. But you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
45.
Here's Rattler. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1.
Ready up.
A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is third down. Looking to throw. Rattler. That is caught side of the end zone. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Cardinals come out, and they are led by their quarterback, Kyler Murray. Man, time flies, Greg. The #1 overall pick in 2019. The 7th year for Murray leading the Birds.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie are going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves. Think about it. New season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. It's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly it is 3rd and 10. That's caught. It's James Conner. A pickup of 12 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
A gain of 12. And the Cardinal first down.
First carry for James Conner. Trying to find someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He's got his man. It's Harrison. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
First down, Arizona.
On the ground, it's Conner. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6. So, from 37, here's 2nd and 4. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Back to throw is Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Conner. One to be sniffed out, thrown up in the backfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
A short one here, caught by McBride. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 6 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Second down, zone read, and he keeps it.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Now a second down throw from Murray. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5-yard line.
First and goal, Arizona.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response?
And he'll take it on in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals come right back to tie it at 7. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. More from New Orleans after this. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down just the Saints offense, and veteran Brandon Cooks getting set for this next possession. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division. How good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike, you think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with Brady. And then Atlanta, they make a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan. And New Orleans, and obviously the success they had with Drew Brees. And Carolina, we played in the Super Bowl. I mean, this was a division you didn't want to play. Now, they've all fallen on their resets. New coaches, new quarterbacks. Tampa Bay has done the best job weathering and taking advantage of their rebuild and their next era in the midst of a down division. So, big reason they've won 4 in a row. Can Atlanta, can Carolina, New Orleans, can they catch up? Because right now, like you said, Tampa Bay has been the dominant team in this division.
Greg, you lived it, you know it. While these may not be the biggest markets in the league, the rivalries amongst these teams really elevates what you see when you watch the NFC South go head-to-head, too.
Yeah, and over the years, there's been some major games played between Hall of Fame quarterbacks in uniform for all these teams. So it has a lot more history and a lot more, kind of relevance than maybe it feels as of late. The markets are a little smaller. The teams have been down. They might not have the premier star players that they had in past generations. So they've got to continue to rebuild these rosters, continue to have these new coaches find their footing, and, we might be a year or two away from the NFC.
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. The rookie out of Ole Miss, Walter Nolan, the first-round pick, making an instant impact, a sack here in the season opener.
Anytime a quarterback is sacked, everyone loves to blame the offensive line, but I think this sack, Mike, is every bit as much on the quarterback as it is the O-line. They gave him more than enough time to get that ball out of his hand, and he simply just holds on too long.
Rattler now back to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd down at the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. A throw on the move is caught. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal. At the 7-yard line.
Again, it'll be Kamara. And he will get into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
14, Cardinals 7.
So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cardinal offense heading back out onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Greg, you take a peek back and look at the NFC West in totality. You just are reminded of how quick things change. I don't think anybody in the country thought the 49ers would be the last-place team in this division last year. Shows you, one, how changeable it is, but also the quality of teams in this division.
Absolutely. And I mean, they were the Super Bowl favorite, at least out of the NFC a year ago, and then to find themselves 6 and 11 at the bottom looking up, it's pretty remarkable. But to your point, Mike, it just shows health, a little bit of good fortune. The other teams in your division, if they're a little weaker, your path is...
Oh, a bad decision there. Off his back foot, it's intercepted. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And you can't ask for a better situation than this. 1st and goal from the 1. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
A loss of 2.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal.
Black 40.
That's Washington, the man in motion. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Makes the score Saints 21, Cardinals 7.
So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Greg, as the Cardinals come out here, we think about the steady progress of Jonathan Gannon from a 4-win season in his first year to 8 last year. And if there's consistency with the quarterback, maybe this is a team that can start making some noise in the NFC West.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And the job Jonathan Gannon's done, it's been a slow build. This was not a quick fix. There was a lot of things that he needed to get right when he took this job a couple years ago. And one of them was just the development of Kyler Murray. Continue to build an offense that plays to his strengths and then develop and protect him in some of his weaknesses as a young quarterback. So we've seen improvement on the defensive side of the ball. That's where Gannon's made his hay as a coach. Now, can they put the two together, develop this young talent, and now go compete in what's been a very good division?
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Play action now. It's Murray. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Again, it's Murray. Thrown short, caught by Ryman. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Power run inside. Here's Connor. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. Play action. It's Murray. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. A try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Murray. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll get forward, give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. So we reach 2-minute warning here in the opener. And this offense in the red zone, if you will. Only fitting to check in with Scott Hansen and find out what's coming up at halftime. Scott.
I see what you did there, Mike. Thank you. And coming up at the half, the debut of the brand new halftime show. Scores and highlights from around the NFL. That's all coming up in 2 minutes.
He pulls it in around the 5. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down. There's Kellen Moore, the head coach of the Saints. His guys heading back onto the field. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow is the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. Josh Sweat working his way in to register his first sack of the new season. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. One final throw before the break. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. And it's a guy who missed most of the run to the Super Bowl last year, Rashee Rice. It's fired deep downfield. He's right there to secure it. The Chiefs begin their search for a 4th straight Super Bowl appearance. They get the victory in Week 1. From there, why don't we go to South Philly? Look in on the Eagles as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. And it's the Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts. He's going to find his man here. This, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Eagles begin their title defense with a victory in the season opener. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. And it's the 6-time Pro Bowler, Keenan Allen. A deep shot downfield, and he's right there to look it in, and they're not gonna get it. This one's gone to halftime with the Dolphins with the lead at the half. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Dortch now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing by the Rams.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. In motion is Hill. Throwing is Rattler. Here on a short one to Taysom Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
It's a give now to Kamara. Whoa! And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
16 more yards. That's another.
Here we go.
First down.
In motion is Hill.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Darius Robinson in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
Third and 5.
Clock 40. Hut. Ready.
Here's Rattler. He's going to pick up the first down and more. And he's into the end zone yet again. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1.
The score, Saints 48.
Mike Wiestab is saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Cardinals. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Kool-Aid McKinstry up to make the tackle. Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 6. They'll go again here to Connor. And he's going to get the first down up past the 35-yard line.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Cardinals.
Working out of the gun, Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Here's a give up the middle, Connor.
Second and 2, you're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take it back for a loss of 2, and now you find yourself on third down.
Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the third quarter, they convert on fourth down. Now Murray. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 4. Toss play. It's Connor. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're going to get you down for a loss.
11 yards on the connection there. It's good for a Cardinals first down. On the toss, they go with Benson. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. Out of the pistol, it's Murray. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And third down coming up. throwing Murray. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down. Here's Murray to throw. That's taken in, and he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down. To throw again is Murray. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Murray's going to throw again. Exiting the pocket right. Now he'll run it. And he'll get only about 3 before being ridden out of bounds.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like...
That one, take it in. Marvin Harris Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals. That his 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Now Ryland for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cardinals are able to cut into the deficit.
28. Cardinals 14.
All right, Scott. Thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Shaheed in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Look wide. Get this one complete. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
28-yard line.
Here's a toss to the right for Kamara. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 11.
Set. 60 red.
The RPO. That one is complete.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Cards offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8 at his past the 40-yard line.
At the 43-yard line.
Now a second down throw for Murray. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect. And it falls incomplete. It's going to be third. They need one.
History there defensively.
We'll try and rush for this with Connor. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Down late, try to get to the line quickly. Murray now on 2nd down. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to back.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Again, it's Murray. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Here's Thomas. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. The Saints 21-yard line.
On play action, Murray. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
First down, Arizona.
Throwing now, Murray on 1st down. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Isaiah Foskey taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign. Second down, Murray. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
Come on, set. 60 red. Hut, hut.
To throw, it's Rattler. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. That'll be batted away, incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. They'll give this to Kamara, running right. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. This a must-stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Now Rattler going to throw. That one downfield for Cooks. He's got it. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
46 yards.
That is a for the Saints. Pickup of 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ready.
Here's Rattler. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Putting one of their tight ends in motion left.
Ready.
On the give, this is Kamara. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7. Here's 2nd and 2.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here with Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
On the tackle.
Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Rattler. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. But they were able to rally to the ball. And I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Rupee's pick is good. And the Saints will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Dortch now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough field.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So, in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
His 11th grab of the game, and a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
1st and 10.
First down, Cardinals.
From the gun, it's Murray. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Connor from out of the pistol. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
23 yards. And the Cardinals first down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Throwing again is Murray. That's caught by Harrison right side. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Extra point now by Riley. The kick is good. And the Cardinals are able to cut the deficit to 10.
31. Cardinals 21.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. Still on the move.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
On the handoff, it's Kamara. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
33, yellow. Set, go.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Incomplete.
This one all but over. Here's 3rd down.
Let's go. 10 block.
They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter.
A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
So this one, a win for the Saints. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.
Football is back. I'm Scott Hansen, and this is the new EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 1 of the 2025 regular season. Lots to get you caught up on. We'll start down in the Bayou. The Saints at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the Saints' defense coming up with the big play. They made their presence felt in a number of ways, including the pass rush as they get the sack here. Next up, Lambeau Field. Let's look in on the Packers. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And this is Jameson Williams. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. The Lions get the win in the opener. Could this finally be their year? They'll start 1-0. Lastly, let's go out to Chicago. The Bears hosting the Minnesota Vikings. And it's Caleb Williams. He had a heck of a game. This, one of 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a score. The Bears get the victory, and that's career win number 1 for Ben Johnson. And that's a wrap for this week. For all the hardworking men and women in the studio, Scott Hansen saying goodnight. We'll see you again next week right here on EA Sports.
This is the Abilities tab. Here you can see this player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be activated when the player completes in-game